Okay? Open it. I don't bring those voices. All that stuff. I say it. Okay? I don't get those voices. Okay? Keep.
It is Kendrick Nunn. Don't foul him in the act of shooting Baskonia. Nunn on the buzzer to win it. Makes it Kendrick Nunn. He is the EuroLeague MVP.
The clock winds down. 4 seconds left. Kendrick Nunn rises and drills the shot. Panathinaikos takes it, 86-84. They led by 17 in this one. Dominant stretches existed, but for big stretches, Panathinaikos' defense and offense didn't deliver as expected, and the coach played too much with substitutions and experimentation. This is early in the season, so you can't draw grand conclusions yet. But let's break down what worked and what didn't, from a game that should have been more comfortable than it felt. Kendrick Nunn began the season like a player ready to defend his MVP title. Through 3 games, he's averaging 20.3 points, shooting 68.8% from 2, 25% from 3, and a perfect 8 for 8 from the line, adding 4 rebounds and 4.3 assists per game. Against Baskonia, he showed why he's the league's reigning MVP. 30 points, poise under pressure, and the buzzer beater that saved Panathinaikos from a complete collapse. In a game where the team struggled to find rhythm, Nunn was the one constant. Watch him here in transition. Quick catch and shoot, no hesitation. And here, the back cut, reading Spaniolo perfectly as he tries to deny the pass. Osman looks in great shape after his injury, and in transition he's an unstoppable force. He had 20 points, shooting 71% from 2 and 43% from 3, with 8 rebounds. When Osman's on the floor, Panathinaikos play faster. Their pace rises from 76.8 to 83.6. His energy and early offense push the rhythm in a way few wings in Europe can. And right now, he's part of the team's two-way core, along with Osman and Hernangomez and Jerian Grant, the 3 players who set the tone on both ends of the floor. Osman finished with 15 points and 10 rebounds, bringing his usual mix of effort, size, and mobility that anchors the forward spots. And what about the signing of the season? Last year's MVP candidate, TJ Shorts. This was exactly the type of game that suits him. Fast tempo, open floor, and constant pace, just like he played in Paris last year. To be honest, I liked what I saw. He brought energy and control when Panathinaikos needed it most. Still, Ataman didn't seem to fully trust him. Maybe because Baskonia tried to target him defensively. But during the third quarter, when Shorts was on the floor, Panathinaikos played their best basketball of the night, fluid, connected, and finally in rhythm. Watch him here connecting with Kendrick Nunn, turning Nunn into an off-ball executor instead of the primary creator. And in the set plays, look at how quickly Shorts reads the action and makes decisions. That speed of recognition gives Panathinaikos a different dimension offensively, something they've lacked when the ball sticks too long in isolation. Ataman opened the game playing drop defense with Yurtseven at the 5. Watch this action. Nunn trails slightly behind his man and gets caught on the ball screen. Yurt7 backpedals, gives up the lane, and allows both the roller to slip behind him and the ball handler to attack the rim. And that's the one thing you can't allow in drop coverage. The drive has to be contained first. Next possession, Baskonia adjusts. Diakite pops out to counter the drop coverage, and Nunn doesn't step up to contest. Baskonia keeps going back to the same idea, setting pick and rolls to target Nunn and Yurt7. They're testing their defensive intensity on every possession, forcing them to make multiple reads and rotations. We should keep in mind that Baskonia's guards aren't major threats from beyond the arc, which allows Panathinaikos to play under and feel a bit more comfortable with their rotations. Watch this example. Nunn goes under the first screen, Diop rescreens, and Holmes drops, but a bit too aggressively since Nunn gets caught and trails behind. In drop coverage, Nunn should be on Spaniolo's back here, contesting the shot. Instead, he's late, and that forces the taggers to overcommit. You can see Shorts digging too deep as the tagger, which opens the skip pass to Noel. Fortunately for Panathinaikos, Noel isn't a consistent threat from deep, so they get away with it. Another way to counter drop coverage is by setting a back screen on the big's defender, the classic Spain pick and roll. Here, Baskonia runs a side Spain action, using the back screen to trap Holmes between the roller and the shooter. It's a simple concept, but against drop coverage it forces confusion. If the communication isn't perfect, it usually leads to an open shot or a mismatch at the rim. Watch here. Panathinaikos stays in under and drop coverage, with Baskonia trying to find ways to exploit it, even without a consistent three-point threat to put pressure on the ball screen defender. You can see a few miscommunications from the Greens, especially on second actions and tags, but that's somewhat expected this early in the season as the defensive chemistry is still forming. The defensive transition was off in several possessions. Panathinaikos often failed to stop the break with a simple foul. But here, Grant does it right. He recognizes the danger early and commits the foul to stop the fast break before it develops. That's exactly the kind of awareness the team needs more consistently. Overall, the Greens didn't play good basketball. They scored 87 points, but in more possessions than usual, which translates to just 100 points per 100 possessions, well below their standards. For comparison, they posted an offensive rating of 126.1 against Bayern and 128 versus Barcelona. The ball movement wasn't there either. The assist-to-turnover ratio was negative, with 14 assists to 18 turnovers. Something we don't often see from Panathinaikos. Their effective field goal percentage sits at 51%, which ranks fourth from the bottom in the league right now. It's still early in the season, but these are warning signs. Areas Panathinaikos clearly need to improve. They have the personnel to shoot much better, and most likely, they will as the rotation stabilizes and players find rhythm. Let's take a look inside Ataman's playbook and see what he tried against Baskonia, what worked and what didn't. Ataman opened the game with an elbow rub into a weak side pin down for Kendrick Nunn, a set we've also seen Giorgos Bartzokas use for his shooters. It's a simple but effective action designed to free Nunn for an early rhythm shot or force the defense into a switch right from the first possession. The next action we saw was a UCLA cut into a post-up, flowing into a middle stagger. Panathinaikos ran this set multiple times, but they often struggled to execute it cleanly, as you can see in the clips. It's also a play that Bartzokas uses at Olympiakos, aiming to create movement through the middle and open passing lanes into the paint or for a shooter lifting from the stagger. I also like this backscreen action for Yurt 7, designed to help him get a deep low post seal while also forcing the switch. It's a simple but clever way to create an early mismatch and establish post position without slowing down the offense. It didn't work every time, but I liked how the Greens were prepared to punish the hedge-out coverage, with a quick pass to the side and either a lob or a feed to the roller. That's exactly the kind of spacing and reaction you need against aggressive pick-and-roll defenses. We also saw the classic ram action, something Ataman's teams run in every game, regardless of the opponent. It's a staple in his playbook, used to free the ball handler or set up an early advantage before the main action even starts. And later, we saw a double drag action designed for TJ Shorts, with Wancho popping out to receive the ball. Panathinaikos escaped with the win, but this game left plenty to think about. We saw moments of real promise. The team's pace is up, the ball is moving faster, and players like Kendrick Nunn, Jetty Osman, and Osman Hernangomez are showing how high this roster's ceiling can be. TJ Shorts also gave a glimpse of what he can bring. The numbers, and the eye test, say Panathinaikos plays better basketball with him on the floor. His tempo, his reads, his energy, all of that changes the rhythm of the offense. It's still early, but that's something Ataman might need to trust more as the season progresses. At the same time, the defensive issues remain. The drop coverage looks shaky, rotations are inconsistent, and communication breaks down too easily. Those are habits that can't be fixed overnight, but they need to improve if this team wants to look like a true contender. Still, we're only a few games in. The talent is there, the depth is there, and once Lesort and Grigonis are fully back in rhythm, Panathinaikos will start to look more like the team they were built to be. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can also support the channel by becoming a member or buying me a coffee. It really helps me keep making these deep dive analyses every week. This is Baskethead, breaking down the game we love.
Congrats on being the MVP. Walk me through that last shot.
4 seconds left. It's a lot of time. Just give me space and I'll get a shot up.